Okay, my 2024 bracket is complete. Before I unveil, just want to give you a little background. I started doing this for fun when I was a sophomore in high school back in 2002. Got away from it for a while, but after COVID, started doing it again. I just think it's fun and like to see how I match up with like Joe Lenardi and Jerry Palm and all those guys. Last year I was doing weekly projections, but this year I've only had time to do the final projection. But so without further wait, here is what I project. And as you can see, the number one seeds are Connecticut, Houston, Purdue, and North Carolina. I actually went with Houston as the overall number two over Purdue, just based on the fact, let me pull it up here real quick. They are the number one net team. They have 16 quad wins compared to 12 for Purdue. They have better strength of record, and I like to combine the KenPom, KPI, BPI, and T-Rank rankings, adding those up, and then divide by 4, and Houston outperforms Purdue in those metrics. But I could see the committee putting Purdue at number 2, no doubt. But and then going down to the final one seed, North Carolina versus Iowa State. I mean, Iowa State very well could be the number one seed, but I did a run at this last night to do just like the top 4, and it just everything like having North Carolina at the 1 seed just really helped produce a balanced bracket where there wasn't multiple teams from the same conference in the same region in that top 4. And all the rankings, like combined, all were pretty equal. So, and then with Iowa State being the 2 seed, so North Carolina goes out west as a 1, and instead of Iowa State going out west, they get to stay closer to home in the Midwest. Albeit they'll be playing, in the same region as Purdue, but they'll be closer to home in Detroit. Going down the list, let's see. I got Duke as a 3. I kept them there. Could have put Auburn up, but, last minute conference championship games, it's really hard to make that switch. And we'll see if the committee does it. But I know they usually get a lot of, at least the top 4 seeds selected at least a day in advance, just because they have to bracket and scrub and all that stuff. Just seeing if anything pops out here. I'm sure you're watching and going through it just as I am here. I guess we'll go to the top, my last 4 in. It's really tough. It really kind of came down to Northwestern, Florida Atlantic, Michigan State, A&M, Mississippi State, St. John's, and OU. Obviously, if you're looking at this, there's no Oklahoma. I actually have St. John's in over Oklahoma. I know Lunardi has St. John's as the last team in. St. John's the last team out, or first team out. OU the last team in. Just looking at the resumes here, St. John's 2013, OU's 2012. St. John's has a 32 net ranking compared to OU's 46. Both have 4 quad 1 wins. St. John's has 10 losses. OU 12 losses in the quad 1. In quads 1 and 2, St. John's is 10 and 12. OU 9 and 12. In quads 3 and 4, St. John's 10 and 1. OU 11 and 0. But if you go to strength of record, OU's got them. The St. John's 31-46 in that, but if you do the combination of those 4 metrics, St. John's 35.5, OU 44.5. I just don't know if OU has really played very well down the stretch. They don't look like a tournament team. I know they say game number 1 counts just as much as game 30, but St. John's, they just look like a better team in the Big East tournament compared to OU. They just got destroyed by TCU. I think it's neck and neck. OU has no losses in that quad 3 or 4, so that could help them and that could get them in. But, I went with St. John's there. And then, the win for Mississippi State over Tennessee was big. Got them an extra quad 1 win, so now they had 4. A&M 7-7 in quad one, but they have 4 losses in quads 3 and 4. That really hurt them. But I think their 7-7 record in quad one and 13-10 combined in quads 1 and 2 is enough to get them in. Florida Atlantic only with the 2 quad 1 wins, but their metrics are a little bit better across the board. And then Northwestern, Michigan State, both of them pretty equal, but gave Northwestern the edge. They had a better quad 1 and 2 record than Michigan State. Michigan State was 9-14 against quad 1 and 2 and only had 3 quad 1 wins. So, but they did have a net of 24. And I don't think any. I think the lowest team to not make it was a 33. So, anyways, just wanted to leave this up for a little bit and then just kind of explain some of my thoughts on why some of these projections are where they're at. But anyways, yeah, thanks for tuning in, and enjoy the real tournament unveiling that's coming up here in about an hour to 45 minutes. So, and then after that, we can fill out our brackets for real and let the fun begin. So, thanks, everybody.